This one's a tough one, and it comes from my buddy Seth. The question you'll understand through my story. I was 28 years old, first time dad. So excited every single day to see my little guy. My little son was 9, 10 months old. We'd watch, TV shows and cartoons, and we'd snuggle on the couch, and I get to hold him, and it was such an amazing experience to be a first-time dad. All you first-time dads, Seth, you know what this is like. But then there comes the fateful time. Somewhere around Monday morning at 7:30, you got to leave the house and go make money. This is hard. No, it's not hard. It is ridiculously hard. I'm 28. I walk out the door. I'm going down the sidewalk. I look up to my balcony. There's my wife and my 10-month-old son. She's holding him. They're both waving goodbye to daddy. Heart drop. And I have to leave the house like that every day. With that on my mind as I drive out of the parking lot to go be with a bunch of people that I don't want to be with at a job that at that time I really didn't even want to work at. But I brought home a paycheck so that they could be home and do what they do. Many of you dads sacrifice to the same level. You want to be with your kids. You don't want to leave them. And that just means that you love your kids and you're a good dad. So congratulations on that part. But how do we get around this? Does it ever get better? No, it doesn't. My oldest is now 12 and a half. And every day that I would leave for work when he was 10 months old, up to 2, to 3, to 4, every time, the older they got, it seemed like the harder it was getting. But I do have hope for you. There's 2 solutions I can offer. Really 3 solutions. One is just a state of mind and just a gratitude state of mind and just be, thank you that I have this child. Thank you that I get to go to work. Thank you that I get to come home and provide for my family. And there's a gratefulness component that you'll just feel good as a father. And when you leave, it's hard, but you know you'll be back and you get to spend time with them that night. The second thing, okay, this is, the third one's going to be the creative one. The second one might not be an option for everyone, but for me, it bothered me so much that I didn't want to work as much as I was away from the house. Really, my goal over the past several years now has been trying to find ways to be more entrepreneurial and start side business over here and do this and do that so that I can be home and so that I can leave my family less, so that lessens, the emotional turmoil upon me. This might not be an option for everyone. You might be working 5, 6 days a week and maybe that's your limit. But if you do have an entrepreneurial mindset and you want to pick up a side hustle and maybe work your way to get out of your job or have more time at home or find a way to work from home, or if your job lets you do 2 days at home, 3 days in the office, whatever you can do, just lessen the time. So that's worked for me amazingly. I leave the house only a couple days a week now, so it's made it easier. Okay. But again, might not be for everyone. The third option is the creative one. I've produced a Dadnamics live video already on this, and it's called Hand Signs. So, if you want to, when you leave, okay, instead of having the crying baby, or the crying 2-year-old, or the 6-year-old boy that just wants his dad to play, okay, and they're pulling your heartstrings, just one more hug. That can get pretty testy, and it makes it harder to leave. I get it. You can flip the switch on this, then you can end in grandiose form, and you can also re-enter in grandiose form. Here's what I mean by that. We do something called hand signs. So for each of my kids, we have a different thing. So after we say goodbye, I can have a finality that I've gone in a hand sign. So for one of my sons, my oldest son, it's this. It's you and me. We're tight forever. And that's my oldest. My daughter, it's a lot longer. You can steal this if you like, but you come up with your own. It's more original. It's I love you. That's the love you sign. I love you all the way to the moon and back and around the world, and circle, because a circle doesn't begin and doesn't end. This is the love I have for her. circle, 2, and then a big hug. And we do this at the window. It's so cute. And then my 6-year-old, it's, you know, it's you and me. We're tight, big time. And then we do strong. We do like this. It's really awesome. He does it. He's like this. And then my 3-year-old does this. Tight, super power, super power, tight, and I love you. And my son even does this at dinner sometimes. Actually, he does it all the time now. He comes up, hey, Dad, superpower. So as I'm leaving, I changed from that emotional, Daddy, don't leave, to these signs. And now they feel a sense of like empowerment and like, okay, that's it. Daddy's gone. We did the signs. And then the next time we see him, now the grand entry. So I've done things where when I get home, it's they run to the door and they mom me at the front door. Or they might jump down, a staircase and I catch them. Or maybe I sneak up to the back deck and knock on the window and while they're at the kitchen table. And there's lots of things. You can just create different little things that you do. Or many times I can't even I pull my truck in and I've got the kids literally running out the door and jumping in the front seat of my truck before I even am out. I'm still gathering my things. So this is a creative solution, Seth. And I know your daughter is probably not at the age yet to do superpower or around the world, but you can start thinking about these things now, and you can start, consider that option too. Maybe there's a side hustle in there for you that you can work from home more. But whatever you choose, thank you for submitting that question. Have a Dadnamic day.